What's going on, people? Back with a bang. This is the Money Management, here to bring you guys another video today. So in this video, we're looking at some stocks to watch for this upcoming week. And before we do that, the very first thing I'd like to say is Happy Easter to you all. I hope you guys are enjoying this Easter Sunday. Hope you guys are spending time with your family, friends, loved ones, whoever. I know I have been, so it's been a great day, and I hope you guys are enjoying the long weekend. Now, of course, this past week was a 4-day trading week. And indeed, that meant that this past week was a little bit of a strange week with the options expiring on Thursday. But in this video, we're going to look at some stocks to watch this upcoming week. As always, we're going to start off looking at the earnings for this upcoming week. Right now, I'm on ChatterQuant. If you would like access to ChatterQuant, you can check out the links in my description. You'll see a link to ChatterQuant, and you can check that one out and click on that one if you would like to get access. So I'm going to start off with looking at Monday, tomorrow. We have Bank of America. Now, why I've started off with this is because this past week, JP Morgan, Chase, a few other banks as well. I think Goldman Sachs also reported earnings this past Thursday, Wells Fargo as well, Morgan Stanley, Citigroup, there you go. But a lot of them had poor earnings, which meant a lot of their stocks dropped. Now, I'll be intrigued to see if the same kind of thing happens with Bank of America if it drops tomorrow. Of course, we won't be able to get into any plays because they announce earnings before the market opens, but I'm definitely keeping my eye out on that one. Apart from that, I'm not really seeing anything that catches my eye as of right now. But yeah, that is Bank of America for Monday. Now, Tuesday gets a little bit more interesting with Netflix, IBM reporting. Also, you've got to remember, hey, we're in a period of time where some stocks reporting may affect other stocks just overall. So what I mean by that is Netflix reports, right? Netflix is one of the bigger companies in the market, when it comes to blue chip companies. So when I say Netflix, we're talking about a stock which has dropped 50-60% from its highs back in November. I'll be intrigued to see how this reacts and if it has effects on other stocks. Also, let me just point out, Tesla after close Wednesday. This is going to be so intriguing. The run up to earnings when it comes to Tesla is always intriguing, and I definitely would love to see what happens before and after, of course. Then we've got United Airlines after close on Wednesday as well. That is an airline. If you guys remember last week, I said banks and airlines/travel stocks were to look out for. So last week we had Delta, we had American Airlines, we had a couple others as well. But yes, this week after close on Wednesday, we shall see United Airlines. So that will be very interesting to watch. Then, what else do we have this upcoming week? Nothing else which really catches my eye. Thursday, we have AT&T before open and Snapchat after open. We're going to touch back on AT&T later on because that was a very interesting stock this past week. It had a very strange week, which we were going to talk about, like I said. And then lastly, Verizon Friday before close. Verizon is one that we've traded a few times in the past month, and it will definitely be just one of my stocks to watch again. So let's just hop into TradingView, look at some charts, and then start analyzing things. So, very first thing I'd like to do is talk about Tesla. Not only because they report earnings this week, but because it is sitting in an interesting zone right now, an interesting range for myself. So let's pull this up. Tesla's ticker symbol is TSLA, if you guys don't know. So Tesla right now is under $1,000, right? And for me, $1,000 is a very important level. When it breaks that, it seems to run pretty well. When it falls below that, it seems to drop. Now that's not always the case because sometimes it fights to get back above. But as you can see on this chart, this is the 15-minute chart. Let me switch to the daily chart so you get a better idea of what's happening overall. There you go, that's my yellow line, the $1,000 level. So what's interesting about this is the past 4 trading days, the wick has gone past or hit $1,000 each of those trading days. And if you guys remember, this past week was a 4-day trading week. So if you guys are wondering what I mean by the wick, I mean the price of Tesla was over $1,000 every single day this past week. Now, here we are. It's been selling off. But now it's just sitting below my level of resistance/support. It is trading in between the moving averages. And it's in a channel where I believe either a big drop down to the 800 level is coming or a push towards the $1,166/$1,200 range is coming. I don't know which was going to happen, but in my opinion, with the earnings expected this week, Thursday, I think it's going to make a push up. But hey, it doesn't matter what I think. We've got to see what it does for itself. Next up, another stock which reports earnings this week, like I said, Netflix, ticker symbol NFLX. So what do we have with Netflix? Well, as you can clearly see, a very bearish pattern. I like Netflix long term. I love it at these prices. If I can get it at 330 under, I'll definitely get a few shares, with my first price target being 410 here. But with earnings coming out this week, I am very skeptical about Netflix. Last earnings, it tanked. See that gap from 520 to 398? That was Netflix after earnings. I remember that was back in early January, I believe. Yeah, mid-January, okay. But it tanked. And now, here we are in Q2, looking at the earnings for Q1. I honestly don't think Netflix can drop again that heavily, but it can definitely drop. I don't know how far it could go if we zoom out on the daily chart. Let's see, last time Netflix was at these levels. Well, around pandemic time. March 2020. So 2 years ago, Netflix was at these kind of prices. It made a long recovery up to around $700. And yes, you're seeing that right. That's a 100% increase. So if I can get something similar, that would be amazing, but that's not my aim with this. First, I want to see how far it drops, then holds the level of support, and then I'll look to take a position. Next up, we're looking at the tech sector. NVIDIA, ticker symbol NVDA. So why am I looking at NVIDIA? Well, look at my levels on the daily chart. We're sitting right at my level of support for NVIDIA. And as you've seen previously, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.7 even, it hit this price point at 212. Now, if we can hold above that level, I will look for calls. If not, I would definitely love to see puts, and I'd say down to $190, maybe even lower. I don't think NVIDIA is one that you should be just very dismissive of when you see it tanking like this. I think it is definitely one you should look at getting shares of for long term. I love NVIDIA long term. It's one of those tech companies, which operate with semiconductors, which you can look at and say, you know what, long term, I can get a nice return on my money. It might not be a double up, but you don't need a double up with most of these stocks. You just need something which is going to provide you with consistent gains or a nice return on your investment. NVIDIA is definitely one of those for me, more so than AMD. AMD is still a company which has a little bit more issues and is less established than NVIDIA. You guys can obviously go read more about that for yourselves. But like I said, if NVIDIA does drop, I'll look to get puts, but I'll also look to get shares for long term. I do not currently own any NVIDIA shares, so it would definitely be great to get some of these. A stock which I do own shares of is Facebook, ticker symbol FB, or what it's called Meta right now. Yeah, Meta, but the same thing, you guys know what I mean. So Facebook, what are we looking at? Quite simply, puts below $200. From where it is now, I'm looking at puts to go below $200. I was optimistic about Facebook last week. It broke below my level of support. It's trending below all 3 moving averages on the daily chart. If you zoom in, you'll see it's extremely bearish on multiple different time frames. Again, below all 3 moving averages. You go even on a shorter time frame, below all moving averages, and I think you guys get the point. Facebook right now is bearish. I do not see a reason to get calls unless you're going to do it for a snipe or maybe a quick intraday trade. But just buying this and swinging this, nope, no sir. And if you want to get shares, well, I'd wait for it to be below $200 and of course find a level of support so you can buy shares on the way up. That's how I prefer to buy shares. But of course, it's up to you how you choose to play it. Remember, I'm speaking from a shareholder's perspective, someone who bought well under $160. So in your case, if you want to buy now and then average down, that's up to you. But that's not my preferred method when it comes to this. And again, it's purely up to you. Next up, Twitter. You guys would have seen the news about Elon Musk proposing to buy Twitter this past week and the shares he bought, which made it shoot up at the beginning of last week. But right now, I'm honestly looking at Twitter puts. Now, that might surprise you because, again, we've had the hype, the news. Twitter's been one of the stocks which has been running. It looks like it's bullish right now. It's above all the it's above 2 of the 3 moving averages I have on my chart. It's above my levels of resistance. Again, this is the daily chart, so it's giving you a good idea of the overall trend. Now, here you guys see my arrows. These are price points where I would like to buy Twitter for calls. Here is not where I like to buy Twitter for calls. Here is where I'd like to buy Twitter for long-term shares. Not here. Right now, I'm honestly looking at puts. Again, because of the rumor, it's one of those things. It's buy the rumor, sell the news. We've heard the rumors. The rumors has helped it pushed up to $48 to $54. Now, it's time to sell the news, in my opinion. So I will be looking at Twitter puts. I give you guys more insights and updates about that in the actual Discord. So come through to the Discord if you're not already. I don't know how Twitter is going to make a jump like this from $38 to $49 within a week and then just not sell off at some point soon. I mean, it's done a little sell off here. You might say, okay, it's sold off $9, but I expect further sell off this week. So keep your eyes on that. Now, I want to look at AT&T because this was the big news, the big hype from the past couple of weeks in the Discord. And last week we thought we had everything going to plan. So AT&T was down 22% pre-market last week, Monday, I believe. Some reason, I don't know how, I don't understand how. There was a spin-off, right? And AT&T, the stock which was about $24, well, it doesn't even show it, accordingly now, but it was around $24. It dropped all the way to $18. Then it pushed up to like $19, $20 and 10 cents. And again, I don't completely understand what's happened with this one. If you come to the Discord, it's been talked about a lot. But I feel like a lot of people have been robbed this week because a lot of people had AT&T puts. It was down 22%. It dropped from like $24 to $18. But the puts did not cash. People did not get their money. People did not get crazy gains, which is what we expected. And now, past few trading days, AT&T has been up. Again, I don't completely understand it, but I do want to see what happens this week. I do want to say, if you were in AT&T puts, don't be discouraged. These kind of things have happened before. I think it happened last year with a couple of different stocks during summer. And it's just one of those things. I don't really know what's happening, and I don't think if you're in the calls or puts right now, you should panic. Just kind of wait and see what happens with your money. But I just wanted to highlight that and touch on that because I have talked about AT&T in the past few videos. I didn't want to just ignore it. I obviously didn't recommend anyone to buy anything on it, but I was definitely seeing all the hype and the discussion in Discord, so I just wanted to briefly touch on that. And for the last couple stocks, let's head over onto retail. So we're going to start off with Target. If you guys remember, the past couple of weeks we traded Walmart a few times, swing trades, day trades, all of it, and that went pretty well. Now I'm trying to do the same thing with Target. So as you can see, Target is very clearly bullish right now, which is what I like. Trending above all the moving averages, has back-to-back green days to end the week. Look on a few different time frames. Trending nicely above the moving averages again, holding tight to the moving averages at some points, and the same on 15-minute chart. So you guys get the idea. So if I head back to the daily chart now, what am I looking at for Target? Well, let's look at how it's performed this past month. So what are we now? April 17th. So if we look back at March 17th, March 17th it was around 225, right? It's clearly a lot higher than that. If we look at the highs of this actual month itself, this is the monthly chart. We are very clearly near this month's highs, April's highs. April's highs are around 239. We're at 237. I would love to see us break above the monthly highs of 239, then head on over to December's highs of around 247, 248, then eventually to the 260s. But right now, my price target is around 248 to 250. That is my range. If it does break, I'd say look to get into a calls. But what's the level? What would we look at for calls? Zoom out a little bit. So I'm just going to draw a level here for you guys to see what I'm looking at. Right around here. So that will be a price target for me. Around that level will be one price target. A level to watch to break above would be somewhere here. So 239, around 239. If we can break 239, that would be a good entry for me. And I would love to see if I could ride this up about $2 or $3. I'm pretty confident in retail right now. I do like retail when it comes to swings. So let me just change the color of this line. Right. So yeah, a break above 239. I'll look to get calls up into around, again, 248 to 250. That would be my range. And this will definitely be a swing trade. Price targets again, nearing 250. First price target 242. So hopefully you guys got that. And then lastly, let's look at HD because I know HD was discussed in the Discord this past week. So HD is now at $304. Past few days, it started to recover. Last month, it sold off from highs of 343 all the way down to 292. Only the past couple weeks, it started to recover. And for HD, I would love to see it break above this moving average on the daily chart. So that's around 310, 311. That's the level I look out for to get into calls. Of course, as you can see multiple times, it hit this price point where the moving average is and it sold off. If we can finally break above, this could be a great run up to the 320s, then eventually the 330s, and once again, calls will be on my radar for HT. I know some people traded the $300 calls this past week, and it paid off. Now, can we see if we can break further and continue the uptrend? That would be great. If you look at the bigger picture, once again, zoom out. You can see, if you just look at a few months ago in January, it was around 417, December 420. It did get quite high in those couple months, end of last year, beginning of this year, no pun intended. Only the past few months it decided to sell off, but again, plenty of upside potential with this one. If you want to look for long-term shares, yeah, it looks like you're at a good price point where it's been uptrending. Okay, it's at the moving averages right now. Yes, there could be another sell-off, maybe another pullback, but longer term, you have to have the vision to see the potential for recovery. Now, I know that was a lot of stocks to watch and that was a pretty long watch list, but hopefully you guys come and check out the Discord for the full watch list and full breakdown for the stocks I'm looking at trading this week. Of course, that's where all the callouts are as well. And please do remember to check out the Stock Option Starter Pack, because that is 10 videos you guys have access to for life. You can use those for the rest of your life, and the link for that is in the description below. Also, please do drop a comment, give a thumbs up to show your support. It really does help me with these videos, and it takes a long time to make these videos. I do appreciate all the support. Added to that, please do share with your friends, your family, your loved ones, whoever. Share this video with them on this Easter Sunday. And yeah, apart from that, if you are new around here, please do subscribe to this channel, hit the red button below, and it does not cost you anything, so that would be great if you could do that. And overall, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. We're going to see you guys in the Discord, make some big plays again this week, make some money, all have some great fun. I'm going to making, you go into making. See you guys next time for another video. Peace.
Game over.